If V-Ray is giving you errors in SketchUp, especially in the 2026 version, you are definitely not alone. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the most common V-Ray SketchUp errors and show you the exact fixes that usually solve them fast. We'll cover the blank asset editor problem, render crashes, caught exception errors, out-of-memory issues, and texture path problems. So if V-Ray is acting up, stay right here, because this guide can save you a lot of time and frustration. And before we jump in, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more SketchUp and V-Ray tutorials just like this. Alright, let's get into it. First, let's talk about one of the most frustrating issues, the asset editor not loading at all. If you click it and all you get is a blank white or black window, the problem is usually not V-Ray itself, but a web cache issue inside SketchUp. That's because V-Ray's menus and editor are basically running through a web-based interface inside SketchUp. When that cache gets corrupted or clogged up, the editor can stop displaying properly. To fix this, completely close SketchUp first. Don't just minimize it. Make sure the program is fully shut down. Then, on your computer, go to the App Data folder. You can usually get there by pasting this path into File Explorer, %appdata%, then SketchUp 2026, then SketchUp. Inside that folder, look for the Web Cache folder and delete it. Once that folder is removed, reopen SketchUp and launch the asset editor again. This forces V-Ray to rebuild its interface files from scratch, and in many cases that immediately fixes the blank window issue. Now let's move on to another common problem, the caught exception error or a crash right when you start rendering. If V-Ray crashes the moment you click the render button or the kettle icon, the cause is often a graphics engine conflict. In SketchUp 2026, the graphics engine works a little differently, and that can sometimes interfere with V-Ray's access to the GPU. Here's how to fix that. Go up to Window, then Preferences, then Graphics. In the graphics settings, look for the Graphics Engine option. If it's set to New, switch it back to Classic. After that, restart SketchUp completely so the change takes effect. This often solves crashing, freezing, and exception errors because the Classic engine can be more stable for V-Ray in certain setups. If you've been dealing with random render failures, this is one of the first things I would try. Next, let's fix out-of-memory errors and texture-related render problems. If your render starts fine but then fails halfway through, or you see errors about memory, textures, or unexpected failures, there are a few things you should check right away. The first thing is to purge unused content from your model. Go to Window, then Model Info, then Statistics, and click Purge Unused. This removes extra materials, components, and other data that SketchUp doesn't need anymore. Over time, unused assets can make the file heavier and increase the chance of rendering issues, so purging is a simple but effective cleanup step. The next thing to check is face orientation. V-Ray does not always handle back faces very well. In SketchUp, every face has a front side and a back side. If your material is accidentally applied to the back face, which is usually the blue-gray side, it can cause shading issues, texture problems, or even unexpected render errors. Make sure your materials are applied to the white front side of your geometry wherever possible. If needed, right-click the face and reverse it so the correct side is facing out. Then check your bitmap textures. Open the V-Ray Asset Editor and look for the File Path Editor. This is where V-Ray shows the location of your linked texture files. If any of those paths appear in red, that means V-Ray cannot find the texture file anymore. Maybe the image was moved, renamed, deleted, or stored in a different folder. Missing textures can absolutely trigger errors during rendering, so go through any red paths and relink them to the correct files. If you have multiple images or bitmaps missing, it's a good idea to organize them in one clean project folder so this problem doesn't keep coming back. Keeping your materials and textures in one place makes V-Ray much more reliable, especially on larger projects. So to recap, if the asset editor is blank, clear the web cache folder. If V-Ray is crashing on render, switch the graphics engine from New to Classic. And if you're seeing memory or texture errors, purge unused content, check your face orientation, and fix any red bitmaps in the File Path Editor. These simple steps solve a lot of the most common V-Ray SketchUp problems, especially in newer versions of SketchUp where graphic settings and cache issues can cause unexpected behavior. If this video helped you, please hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more SketchUp and V-Ray tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.